Hello friends, how are you? I am Manuja Pallade. Today in this video we are going to cover introduction to functional dependency. So let's start with the video. So after completing the video you must be find out what is the functional dependency, how to find out the functional dependency from the given table or a relation, or you can say what is given that is functionally dependent or not. It should be identified by yourself after completing the video. So to check and find out all this, we are studying functional dependency. Okay. So see, this is very important topic for the point of view of normalization. Very important topic. If you get this topic of functional dependency, you know all the basics of functional dependency very well, then you can easily understand all the forms of normalization also. Okay. If you are not good in functional dependency, you don't know what is functional dependency, how to check out that the relation is functionally dependent or not, or you can say how to write the functional dependency of the table, then you will never get the concept of normalization further the topic. Let's discuss functional dependency in this lecture. Do you know we sometimes show something like this, like a arrow with the help of an arrow? Do you know in which all cases we use this arrow in programming languages to show the pointers? Okay, in a linked list and in the set, in the dependencies. Okay, so likewise, same if I say x determines y, x determines y, how you use this arrow in between both of these. So this is like functional dependency, x determines y. So this arrow should be towards the y. Okay, x determines y. If I say x determines y, let's take a simple example of a relation. Suppose this is the relation R to understand this. Okay, to understand this functional dependency, x determines y. Okay, so this is the attribute x and y is also the attribute of the entity type R. So you can say this is the relation. So this means what? Meaning is x determines y. It means if I tell you the value of x, you can find out the value of y from the given relation. You can't say y is functionally dependent on x. Okay, you can also say y is functionally dependent on x or x determines y. You can say y is functionally dependent on x, or you can say x determines y, or y is functionally dependent on x. Okay, so point says that you have to find out the value of y if I given you the value of x. So it doesn't mean that if I give you x is equal to 5 and y is equal to x square plus 25x plus 2. So it is not about the quadratic equations. Okay, you have to not put the x is equal to 5 in that quadratic equation and just find out the value of y. Okay, so this is not like that. You have to look up to the relation here in this case. You have to see the relation, you require the relation in that if x is equal to 5 is there, you have to check out in x attribute for 5. Then you have to map the value of y with the particular value of x. Okay, so this is the meaning of the point. If I tell you the value of x, you can find out the value of y from the given relation. Now, we already seen that x determines y or y is functionally dependent on x. So, in this case, with this meaning, x is determinant, x is called as determinant, whereas y is called as dependent. These two terms you have to remind in your brain. So, determinant and dependent. Now, let me tell you, if I tell you x is equal to 2, if I tell you x is equal to 2, what is y? How you are going to look up at the relation now this time? Obviously, You are searching for the 2 from the x and you are telling me y is equal to 1. Obviously, of course, yes, y is equal to 1. If x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. So it means other than the quadratic equation, here we are using relation to find out the value of x and y. To find out x determines y. It means what? If you have x value with you, you can easily find the value of y. Means x determines y. Isn't it? Now, let me tell you, if I give you the value of 2, I have added the one row here than the previous. Previously, the row value is not there tuple, so I added the new tuple here, and now I tell me the value of 2. Now, look at the relation. What you are going to be do? You can see here two tuples having the repetitive value of 2. Now, y is equal to 1 or 5. What? What? No, this is completely wrong. This is not the case with the functional dependency. If you are saying 2, then till how many times the 2 is repeating in the relation, it should be show the same value. Either 1 should be the 5 here for this relation, or either 5 should be 1 for this relation. Okay, then and then only this relation is functionally dependent, or we can say x determines y, then the x determines y is true. If here is either 1 is 5 or either 5 is 1. So these two repetitive places must contain the similar value in this case. Getting? I hope you are getting my point what I am trying to tell you. Okay. Now understand with this again with the quadratic equation what this scenario is actually. Okay. Now if I tell you x is equal to 5 and y is equal to x square, so you are telling me that y is equal to 25, correct? Okay, correct. Now, again, if I tell you x is equal to 5, then can you tell me y is equal to 5 in this case? In this case, y is equal to 35. No, obviously not. If I am not changing the value of x, how could you able to change the value of y in the similar case? Okay. So same case will be applied here. If the value of x is not changing, you can't change the value of y here in the functional dependency if you are saying x determines y. Okay. So this is wrong in this case. Okay. Now, understand again with the quadratic equation. So, this one will be the wrong. So, here we can say obviously x cannot determines y in this case if the repetitive value of x showing the two different values. Okay, either here should be, we should write the 5 here. Then the we can say x can determine y for this particular relation. Because on the base of x, you can't tell me y is correct. You can't say x is determining y. Okay, that's why. Now, can we check it vice versa? If I say y determines x, what happened? If I say y determines x means arrow head will be towards x. So can one is repeating? Yes, one is repeating. And the repeating value must show the dependent same value. Here is also not the same value it's showing. If I am saying y is equal to 1, then x is equal to 1. In again second case, if I saying y is equal to 1, x is not equal to 1. It should be 1 if I am saying y determines x. So vice versa, it is also not true. Suppose I have a class of 62 and I can determine every student by his roll numbers. Obviously, if 1 to 60 roll numbers are 62 roll numbers are there, they are unique. If I am saying 45 roll number is present, so only the 45 roll number is telling me yes ma'am I am present. If I am saying where is roll number 35, only 35 that particular student is going to come up. So this is functionally dependent in that case. But in case to see the case with the slide. So the functional dependency is based on the particular relation. It is totally dependent on that relation and that situation. Okay. So till now I have not told you the definition of functional dependency. Let's try to make the formal definition of functional dependency. So, the definition should be like this. Functional dependency, if we're saying X determines Y, if tuple of X is equal to tuple of 2, T2 of X, T1 of x is equal to t2 of x. If you find such case, then the t1 of y should be, must be, rather you say must be equal to the t2 of y. It must be equal to. If you find such matching case in the x, if I am saying x determines y, in that case T1 of y is equal to T2 of y. Rather, I am saying it must be equal to. So, this is the formal definition of functional dependency. Now, now let's map with the definition. Now, tuple of x is equal to tuple of 2? No, these are not equal to. So we are not bothering with the second case now. If the first case is not true, then we are not going to check the second condition. So leave the second case. Now check these two. Is T1 of x is equal to T2 of x? 2 is equal to 3? No, not. So we not bother again about the second case here. Okay. So first, if the first is true, then and then only we are going to check the second. Otherwise, it is functionally dependent. Okay. Now we will check these two cases. Is T1 of x is equal to T2 of x? Yes, it is 2 is equal to 2. Matching. Now we have to check the second case. Now, is T1 of y is equal to T2 of y? 1 is equal to 5? No, not. So this is not functional dependency. Okay. So this is false statement. This is false statement in this case. Now, what about this? If I remove the previous one, I remove the last tuple, what happened? No x is going to match with each other. So we are not bothering about the second case. So all the x are unique. It means y is functionally dependent on x, or x determines y, you can say. So this is the functional dependency now. Okay. The previous one is not functionally dependent. If remove the last tuple, this is functionally dependent. I hope you are getting. Now, if the x attribute is the roll number attribute and the y attribute is name attribute, as I previously told you, if 62 students are there in my class and I am going to ask the roll number 14, then only the 14 roll number giving me the answer. And if I am saying 15 roll number, then only the 15 roll number giving me the answer. Okay. But what about vice versa? If the roll number for, if I said Nisha to write the roll number in my register, Nisha, tell me your roll number. So which Nisha will going to be give the answer? So this is the confusion. It means roll number determines name, but name doesn't determine the roll number here. Getting? Till now, we have taken x and y as only a single attributes. Means whatever the we have used here, these are only the single attributes. But this is very important. Listen carefully. But x may be the set of attributes, even y may be the set of attributes. Means roll number, name, course, department is under the x, and class, course, duration, date be under the y. Means x may be the set of attributes, y may be the set of attributes. So let understood this, how the x will be the set of attributes in this case. I have taken this relation, I filled the value in that previous relation. So for reminder, This is the functional dependency definition. If I said x determines y, in that case, if two tuples of x matches, we have to check the next tuples of x must be matches. I am recommending you to say must. Only if they not, we have to say must be match with the dependent side also. Okay, now tell me from above relation, if I say roll number determines name, is it true? Roll number determines name. Roll number, is there any matching tuple in a roll number? No. There is no matching tuple in the roll numbers. All are unique, and so we are not bothering about the name now. Means the not bothering about the Y case. Okay. So this is functionally dependent. Yes. This is functionally dependence. Now what about name determines roll number? Name determines roll number. Is there any matching case? Yes. These two tuples are matching. Yes, this first condition is becomes true. Now we have to bother about this. Next, must condition. Is A showing, is Y, roll number is Y here. So this 1 is equal to 3 here. No, not. So this is not functionally dependent. No. Okay. Now what about this? Roll number determines marks. Roll number determines marks. So by closing your eyes, you can say yes, it is functionally dependent because in the determinant side, no matching case will be happen, and we have to not bother in this case about the y. Marks is y here. So this is functionally dependent. No matching case is here. So we have to not check the second condition. Okay. And if we found the second condition, it must be true. It must be true, then and then only this relation is true or functionally dependent. If this case not find out, if x is equal t1 of x is equal to t2 of x is not finding out any case, so it is functionally dependent in that case. Yes, it is functionally dependent. Now what about department determines course? Department determines course. Okay, so repeating cases, yes, repeating cases are present. CS department. Okay, now we have to bother about the course also. If CS department, if those are equal to, then y tuples are equal to C1 is equal to C2? No. So this is not functionally dependent. Okay. Now, course determines department. Is the repeating case is here in a course? Yes. You can find out here repeating case. Now, the y values are going to be matched? No, those are not matching. So this is not functionally dependent. Okay. Now, what about C? Now roll number and name determines mark. Group, you can find here set. So we have to total consider this as x. This is total x for us. Okay. Roll number and name is x. So matching case, how we have to find out now? 1a. Now there should be again 1a should be here. Then and then only we have to bother about marks. Otherwise, in marks, if repeating case, we are not bothering. They are matching, not matching, doesn't mind. Okay. So for the repeating condition, obviously roll numbers are not repeating. It means that no matching case we are finding here. Matching case, how to find here? We have, suppose this is 1a, we must have to find another 1a also. So this is a, but here must be 1. So 1a and 1a, then and then only, because we are considering those two attribute as a x. So if this is 1, then this is the matching case. And if this is a 1, consider this is 1a, this is 1a, means x is equal to t1 of x is equal to t2 of x is matching. Now we are bothering about the y. Suppose marks is y here. Yes, this is also matching. Then that time if this is 1, this is functionally dependent. Now but what about now in this case? In this case also it is functionally dependent because we are not finding any matching case. All are the unique, so we are not bothering about the marks. So this is functionally dependent. Yes. Now tell me, what about name determines marks? Name determine marks. Is the matching case find out we in a marks? Yes. A. If A matches, then the next pair of Y must be matching. Yes, it is going to be match. So this is functionally dependent relation. Okay. Now tell me, is name marks determine department? Name marks determine department. Is any matching condition we are finding A78? So A78 is there again. Okay. Yes. If the X is matching, see here name and marks you have to both consider as single X. So A78, A78. If matches, the next case must be match. Yes, it is matching CS at both. CS is equal to CS. So this is functionally dependent. Now, name marks determines department course. This is total X and this is total Y in this case. Now, name marks determines department course. See, is there any matching case in X? Yes, this is matching. If this is matching in a X, must be match CS C1, CS C2. No, not matching. Here, if one C1 is there, then it is functionally dependent. Here is C2 and here is C1. Means we have to consider this total Y CS C1, CS C2. It means it is not matching. If these both are CS C1, CS C1, then this function is functionally dependent. But this is not going to be match in this case. Okay, though the repetitive case we found. If we not found any repetitive case, then it is functionally dependent. Then we are not bothering about this column. But now as we found out the matching cases here, we have to also find out here matching. So this is not functionally dependent. I hope you understood in detail the definition of functional dependency and how to find out the functional dependency, what is functional dependency, and the given statement is true or false. Okay, so I have taken the practice also here. I hope you like the video. Please like the video. Thank you so much for watching the video.